I would like to call to order the regular board meeting of the Vallecitos Water District for June 3rd, 2026. Before we begin, I would like to announce that members of the public may watch the meeting live online by visiting the district's website and clicking the Watch Live icon. However, they will not be able to participate in the meeting remotely. Director Pennick, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure, all rise. Hand over your heart, repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, Jim. We don't have any high school students or fourth graders today to lead the pledge, so it's got to be one of us, I guess. Directors, please indicate your attendance. Do we have any additions to the agenda?
No, ma'am.
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda for the regular meeting of June 3rd, 2026? Okay, motion by Director Pennick, second by Director Ellithart. Please vote. Motion passes. Do we have any public speakers today?
No public comment received.
Okay, is there a desire to pull any items from the consent calendar from any directors? Okay, I will make a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented then.
Second.
Okay, second by Director Hernandez. Please vote. Motion passes. Action item 2.1, requesting approval of the Vallecitos Water District 26-27 annual budget.
Yes, thank you, President KERSCHBAUM. So this will be the third presentation of the budget, and staff is hoping the last. We have made this presentation brief because most of the information is similar and more of a summary. However, if there are any questions, staff is prepared to dive deeper and answer that question. And with that, I'll hand it over to our CFO and Director of Finance, Wes Owens.
Thanks, James. Good evening, President KERSCHBAUM, members of the board. We are pleased to present to you the recommended budget for fiscal year 2027, which is included in your board packet. And there have been no changes since the last presentation on May 20th. And so with that, I'll keep it as brief as possible. And I can tell, I don't know if the looks on your face are disappointment or disbelief because I've lost credibility there, but I promise we'll get through it together. Seriously though, it is a short presentation, and if you have any questions about the budget, we're prepared and happy to answer any questions you have, okay? So moving on, you may recognize this slide. This is from the last presentation. Page 2 of the recommended budget, and the total amount for being considered for adoption tonight is $123.1 million. And when compared to last year, the fiscal year 2027 budget has $86.2 million of operating expenses, which is a $6.1 million increase over the fiscal year 2026 numbers, or 7.6%. And that resulted from $3.2 million in increases in water purchases and $2.9 million increases in water and wastewater operation expenses. And that $2.9 million is made up of an increase in salaries and benefits of $1.1 million, resulting from a 4% COLA, normal steps and increases, and increases in PERS costs. And we also have increases in chemical costs of approximately $500,000. And increases in costs with the ENCINA wastewater authority of about $500,000. The fiscal year 27 budget also includes $5.5 million for debt service coverage and $31.4 million for capital vehicle expenditures. And that $31.4 million is $8.8 million higher than the previous year as a result of less carryover projects in the amount of $6.8 million and less new projects being requested in the amount of $2 million. And the total budget being considered tonight, as I mentioned before, is $123.1 million, which is a decrease of $2.8 million over the fiscal year 2026 budget. And I want to mention that the fiscal year 2027 budget reflects months of careful analysis, collaboration, and planning by both staff and the board, and we are confident that this budget provides a realistic, fiscally responsible, and sustainable financial roadmap for the coming year and positions the district well for the future. And with that, staff recommends adoption of the fiscal year 2027 recommended budget.
Can you believe it? Excellent job. Move to approve.
Yeah. You get rewarded for short presentations, I guess.
See, her look was disbelief. No.
Thank you, Wes and staff, Jody and Mike, for all of your work. It was, I mean, really so professional, so well done. Some of you know that my day job I'm a consultant for a civil engineering firm, so I have sat in on some other board meetings. I won't name which board meetings they were. And I can tell you that finance departments are not created equal, and we have an excellent, amazing staff here. So I just have such a high comfort level in approving this budget, and thank you so much, so.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, I really appreciate the report, especially the explanation about how special districts budgeting is different than just governmental agencies, and also all the definitions, because as somebody new and reading this all for the first time, it really helps, and I'm gonna laminate these. But it also helps, I think, in us having an explanation when we get questions about the budget and finances and things like that. So, yes, thank you for the in-depth information, because it really takes it down to kind of my terminology and being able to share that. So I really appreciate all the work you do to make it so easy for us to work with.
I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you're very welcome.
Yeah, I'd just like to commend staff for all the hard work. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to add one more thing. So just, I was thinking about what Director Brown said, is that you do make it, all of the information very accessible for us as board members, but you also don't sacrifice any detail. So whenever we have questions, it's all right there, and you have anticipated a lot of questions that we had. So you just made our jobs really easy, I think. I think we have do we have a motion and a second? We have motion, Director
But
Hernandez.
before we do that, just
Oh.
because
Oh, I'm sorry.
we have something, we don't want to have such a quick meeting.
You don't
Just
want
one
to.
question. Well, it can't be 7 minutes long.
I'm
we thought we
sorry,
tired you out with the
Director Panic, I
previous
believe
two.
there's a motion on the floor.
And this is just a clarification. So I will second, third, or whatever the motion, but debt service, is it just going down because the loan's lower?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it, what
just-
is that? I forget, is it 10-year, 20-year, what is that?
So we have a 2015 that is I think it's a 30-year, and then we have the 2020, which is also a 30-year, and then we have the 2012 loan, which is going to be expiring 2 years. That was I
Oh,
think
that's
only
the one
like,
I was thinking
it was
of.
only an 8 or 10-year bank loan.
Okay, and that one's gonna expire in 2 years?
Yep.
And so the debt went down a few, not very, but it's just because the loan amount went down, so
Well,
lower interest.
over time, your principal goes down with the payments, so that's what's
Do we ever
happening.
pay those off earlier?
No. Well, we may refund them. So the 2015, after 10 years, it's callable. And what we do is we take a look at it and we say, are market conditions favorable right now? Because we have a 5% interest rate. Would it benefit us to buy the bonds back and reissue them, or would we save money? And we look at that, we're looking at it constantly right now because we're eligible to refund those bonds. So that would be, it wouldn't be paying them down, it would just be refund. And
Colin?
and you're actually not able to pay them down in effect because you have bondholders that own them, if
Gotcha.
that makes sense.
Also, in the past, whenever we have called on a bond and refunded them and issued new bonds, we kept the years the same, so we did not extend the payments. So that, at least that's an option, but the district has chose to keep the payment schedule, the amortization schedule the same.
Gotcha. So, yeah, with that, just wanted to throw a little tweak in there, but thank you for the, like was explained, you explained it very well in detail, and so we can understand, so much appreciated, and I will let the motions and second
Yeah, so I
continue.
think the motion was Director Hernandez, and we'll say second was Director Penick or Elitharp, Director Elitharp, either one. Please vote. Motion passes. Thank you.
President Kirschbaum, so we'll have the motion, Director Hernandez, and the second Director Panic, if that's okay.
Okay, perfect.
We need those popper things. We didn't get those for this.
Yeah,
Oh,
Thank
we
you,
should
everybody.
have done that, yeah.
great job.
Yeah, great job, thank you. That concludes our action items, right? I'm not missing anything? Okay, so, general manager, do you have a report? this
Yes,
evening?
unfortunately, I have a very long 40-minute report, not just kidding. So, just a few items. One that's fairly large, actually. This County Water Authority has an emergency shutdown, so they've had some repairs that they have to do on the pipe that's imminent. So they've scheduled a shutdown, I believe we got word today, it's June 15th. It's scheduled to be a 15-day shutdown. Staff has already looked at this. Matter of fact, Water Authority has been in contact with staff since the beginning of this week, and I found out at the end of last week to analyze the 15-day shutdown. And at this point, we don't have any concerns. However, staff is going to be meeting on Monday to go over the communication plan and, you know, basically our option A, option B, option C in case things do go awry or the shutdown gets extended. Because this is an emergency shutdown, so when they get into the repair, they may discover more things, so we want to be prepared. We'll be communicating with the board once we have more information on that, but right now, it appears that our system is ready, it'll be fine. We have enough time to fill up our reservoirs, and it's not a complete shutdown of the system. We should still get desal, we still should get some of our aqueduct water from our, what we call our Vallecitos 11 connection that comes out of Escondido. And we have the ability to move water, you know, both north and south. So at this point, you know, everything's good. But we'll be keeping the board aware of it. There'll be communication. And obviously, as we get into the shutdown further, if we need to make some adjustments, we'll not only inform the board, but we'll be working with our community members as needed. So
Question, though, they're planning on having an emergency shutdown on the 15th?
yeah, so there was
How
a
does that work?
shutdown. There's a shutdown that was scheduled later in the year in the wintertime, and they have monitors under aqueduct that monitors what they call like pipe breaks, or as their system starts failing. And I don't know when it happened, but apparently their monitors went off, and they did some verification. So now the repair happened to be in the same place as the scheduled work they were going to do later in the year. So now they're combining that work, and they're going to reinforce the pipe. I believe, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe what they're doing is a carbon fiber reinforcement inside the aqueduct pipe, and it takes time to lay that carbon fiber up, but it takes time to cure. So with that, they've scheduled a 15-day shutdown. It's really affecting Vallecitos, Valley Center, and Oceanside, and I'm sure it's affecting some other agencies too. But those are three agencies affecting more directly.
What's the location?
I don't have the exact location, but it is north of us. Do you, Eric, do you? Nope. Okay. So we don't know the exact location, but it's north of us. It is shutting down the aqueduct, water from Skinner coming in. It is shutting down the Water Authority's input to the North County distribution line, which is the line that goes over to Oceanside. So we'll have more information, but as far as the anticipation from staff right now is our system's good. We should be able to ride out the shutdown without any issues because it's not a complete shutdown. We're still getting water in. So obviously, as things are, excuse the pun, since things are fluid, we will have both option A, option B, and so on and so forth, and a communication plan laid out probably in the next week. So with that, I will be on vacation during most of the shutdown. I'll be on vacation from June 16th to 26th, and Jason will be in charge while I'm gone. And that's one of the reasons we're going to make sure we're going to have a communication plan and our options set in the next week before I leave town. Also, there'll be night work on San Marcos Boulevard and Mission on Wednesday the 10th and Wednesday the 17th, and that'll be night work, just doing some valve maintenance. And the last item is currently, and we're going to be canceling our July 1st board meeting. So we'll have the June 17th board meeting as scheduled, where Assistant General Manager Hubbard will run that meeting, but July 1st will be canceled. So with that, that concludes my report.
All right, thank you. And you said the work on the 10th and the 17th was San Marcos Boulevard and West Street?
And Mission.
On Mission, okay. Okay, thank you. District Legal Counsel.
Thank you. I just wanted to provide a kind of short trailer for future presentation. I was sitting in a session this week, and they were talking about new requirements under the ADA for digital accessibility requirements that sound draconian and stringent, but you may remember when the ADA first went into effect and people began to sue cities over their curbs, curb cuts, et cetera. They're saying this is going to be the new variety for the digital age. Good news is we've got the prior deadline was April of 2027 to make sure we've complied with digital accessibility, but that's been extended to April 2028. So I'd like to have someone come back, maybe if it's of interest, and give a presentation regarding the details on those requirements for everyone.
Good.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you. So San Diego County Water Authority, there was a meeting last Thursday. However, I was not able to attend it, so I don't have a report today. James, I don't know, do you have any information to share about that meeting?
Yeah, I was in and out of that meeting because of other meetings, but the main item, there's several items, but the main item was the rate presentation from the Water Authority. The Water Authority presented a commodity rate increase, roughly 3%, but it did not include desal, it didn't, and it shifted costs between fixed and variable. So just to be clear, it's a commodity only 3% increase average. So it's not, we're no longer really calling it a rate increase. The revenue requirement went up by 3%. So every agency will have a different percentage amount. My guesstimate is ours will be well into the 6 or 7%, just because of the way they would desal and the way they move costs away from variable costs onto fixed costs. So later on, when they actually adopt the rate, we'll have a better idea, and staff will present that to the board prior to adopting any new rate structure starting, which will start in January 2027 for us.
I did listen to a little bit of the meeting, and I wanted to add too that the treatment costs have gone up a lot, and all of our water is treated water. So that's why the board is really pushing staff to use the revenue increase, 3% revenue increase, because for member agencies like us, it'd be way more than 3%. So, I'll keep you all posted on that. Standing committees, were there any standing committees that met?
Yep, what about Encinitas?
Did I skip over Encina? I'm sorry.
You did.
Okay, Encina.
ENCINA. Yes, we had our meeting on the 27th of May. We discussed the tactical plan, and also, let's see, there's quite a number of them, actually. The investment policy we approved, and the Clear Energy Alliance memorandum. We adopted a resolution for memorandum of understanding for Energy Alliance. And then we had the Clear project. We authorized the general manager to approve a task order for CDM Smith in the amount of $728,960. Then we had the heat dryer drum rehabilitation, where we authorized the general manager to award a contract to J.R. Phelank for $664,747. And then the centrifuge PLC and VFD replacement for a number. Let's see, we had $1.3 million for Southern Contracting Company, and then we had Woodward and Kern for professional services. Then we had a task order to CDM Smith for $167,000, and then a task order for Enterprise Automation for $227,000. And that's the end of the report.
Wow, that was a flurry of a meeting.
Activity, it was
Oh my gosh.
It was a long one. You guys, we had a short one today, made up for what we did long. On the
Yeah, that's a
27th.
lot of awarding of construction stuff in one meeting, so.
Yeah.
Is the CLEAR project, is that like a design build?
It's a modified design build,
Okay.
a progressive design build, I
Progressive
believe.
design build,
Yeah,
okay.
and we're going ahead to do this MOU, which is a 50-50 split with the company in ENCINA to assure that we're gonna get the right energy and what we're gonna do with the extra energy.
Oh, okay.
Because now we're at about 87% efficient. This would give us more than 100%, so we'll have extra biogas that we can clean and put into the system and make us some money.
Great,
Yeah,
awesome,
so that's good.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so now standing committees. Any standing committees?
We had the
Dr.
Hillside Committee, and we reviewed the request for proposal. That's going out in the next month or two online. We're going to have some initial reviews, and then we're going to bring back the finalists to the full board for an interview, and then we're going to make a decision who to go to for the sale of the property.
So this is an RFP on to like prepare the sale, to prepare the property to sell, but it's
No,
not,
it's actually it's actually, we're soliciting bids to purchase the property.
oh, okay.
And
okay.
it's an RFP because they have to show, certain ability to pay, the project, what they're going to do, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, it's best price and best use, so.
How is that gonna be advertised, do you know yet?
Yeah, we're publicly advertising it. So it'll be advertised publicly, and it'll be on our website, and it'll also be through our Planet Bids for publicly advertising for sale.
Okay,
So originally it was a lease build, and now we're changing to full purchase?
Purchase,
Yeah,
yes.
so that went to both the committee and to the full board to make that decision. I don't recall the date to go full purchase.
yeah.
Yeah.
Problem.
Thank you for that. We will look forward to seeing the bids come in, so.
Just a real quick one, is that the entire parcel, or are we keeping some of it for mitigation, or?
No.
No, it's the entire parcel,
Entire
so,
parcel.
yeah, obviously, except for we're bifurcating our portion of the parcel that our district headquarters is on, and then, because it's really just one big parcel.
Oh, so it does have to be a split type thing.
So there was, one of the reasons there was a little bit delayed is we had to get the survey work to identify the actual, what people will be proposing on.
Interesting.
So in addition to Director Hernandez, who's the other director on, oh, okay, sorry, Director Alethar. Thank you both for your work on that committee. I know that was a lot, so appreciate that. Okay, is there any other business, any other comments?
Standing seminars attended.
Boy, I am just off my game today. Thank you,
Yeah.
Director Hernandez.
I got your back, don't worry.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, the special districts dinner was a couple of weeks ago. We had a representative from the voters registrar of voters attend, and he gave us, for those of us who have been around a while, kind of a refresher course of everything having to do with where it's at, when you do it, how you do it, and what you can do to get registered. So it was an interesting one and a nice review. That was it.
Okay. I'm gonna double check my agenda right here and make sure I'm not missing anything else. Any other conferences, seminars, meetings? No? Okay. That is the end of our reports. Any other business to discuss? Nope. Okay. Director's comments, future agenda items. Director Brown?
Yeah, just one thing, I attended the wildfire expo out at Walnut Grove Park. Vallecitos had a table out there, and we did some nice conversations, and Director Robbins was able to make a connection with a Girl Scout who had called him, and so it's really nice to be able to meet the public, and Ed Pedrazi showed up and
Oh, cool.
said hello, so it was really fun. And then on Saturday, there is the Trails Day, and so there'll be a table, a Vallecitos table there, and so that's kind of I love doing that.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for
So,
sharing.
so it's really fun, and we do get a lot of people that stop in and say how much they enjoy getting the information from Vallecitos, and also just, you know, make a good relationship, so it's kind of fun.
Great. Thanks for going to that. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing. So, and I will tell Chris Robbins he has gotten a promotion to director. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. No, it was great. Okay, so and any other comments? All done. This meeting is adjourned at 5:25. Thank you.